The heavens in their beginning were clothed in a brilliance that no eye of man could endure, and among the host of shining ones there was a harmony deeper than music, a river of praise that flowed like fire around the throne of the Almighty. Each angel bore light as garments, their voices woven into the great hymn of eternity. And in this chorus of glory stood Sariel, a watcher, a guardian of dawn, whose wings spread wide like silver across the edge of the morning. His eyes reflected the first colors of creation, and his heart pulsed with loyalty. He had been carved from light itself to serve, to sing, to guard. But in the heart of heaven, where praise reached its highest pitch, there was stirring, one note that soured, one chord that bent beneath pride. Lucifer, bearer of light, had turned his gaze not upward but inward, beholding the beauty of his own form and the strength of his own voice. The pride that sprouted in him spread like a hidden flame through a third of the host, whispering defiance where only obedience had dwelt. And in that dreadful moment when allegiance was tested, the host of heaven trembled. Some angels cried, "We will stand by the throne forever." Others, enchanted by the beauty of rebellion, chose the serpent's path. Sariel stood upon the precipice of decision, his soul torn. He loved the King Eternal, yet the music of Lucifer's voice was like honey poured upon his ears. He did not march with the boldest rebels, nor did he cry allegiance with the loudest loyalists. He faltered, one step uncertain, one glance too long at the light-bearer's false fire. When the great casting out thundered across the cosmos, when the hosts of rebellion were hurled like lightning into the abyss, Sariel found himself swept with them, bound in chains not of hatred, but of hesitation. The fall was agony. He plummeted through veils of burning wind, his wings scorched with shame. Around him, angels who had roared their allegiance to Lucifer shrieked curses, while others wept bitterly. Sariel spoke no word. His silence was his guilt, his hesitation his chain. The abyss received them like a mouth that never closed, and there in the belly of darkness, time ceased to hold meaning. Centuries, or perhaps eons, unfolded in a blur of torment. Fire burned without consuming, shadow spoke without voice, and the stench of despair lingered heavier than death. Sariel, unlike the rest, did not curse heaven. He did not rejoice in malice. He sat apart, wings folded like broken glass, whispering prayers into the void, prayers no one seemed to hear. He remembered the hymns of heaven and sang them faintly, though the other fallen mocked him. "You were cast out as we were," they spat. "Do you hope the throne will hear you now?" Yet Sariel sang, voice trembling, heart breaking. He whispered, "I was weak, not wicked. Blind, not defiant. If mercy exists, let it flow even here." And though the pit gave no answer, the prayers carved grooves of light into his soul. The abyss could not smother every flame. While demons roared and hatched schemes of destruction, Sariel's flame, small as a spark in an ocean of night, endured. He helped no rebellion, plotted no malice. He simply waited and wept. Then came a night unlike any other. Though in the abyss there was no true night or day, something shifted, as if the fabric of eternity had torn. Silence fell over the screams, shadows recoiled, and a brilliance no eye had seen since the casting spread across the pit. Sariel felt it before he saw it, the weight of holiness descending like a storm. The other fallen shrieked and hid, clawing into the blackness, but Sariel lifted his face, tears streaming, heart hammering. A voice thundered, not harsh, not cruel, but terrible in its purity. "Sariel, son of dawn, why do you cry out?" He fell upon his face, wings trembling, every feather shivering under the weight of glory. His lips barely formed words, yet heaven itself bent to hear. "Because I was weak, not wicked," he whispered. "Because I faltered, but never hated. My heart remembers the throne I betrayed, and I long for it still." The abyss held its breath. Even the fire ceased to roar. Then, breaking the silence, came a whisper softer than dew upon grass. "My mercy is deeper than the pit, and my hand is not shortened that it cannot save. Chains shattered. The weight that bound him fell like dust. His wings, charred and broken, were remade before his eyes, light rushing over them like rivers of dawn. The pit shrieked, demons clawed and howled, but none could hinder. Sariel rose, not by his strength, but by the word spoken over him. Forgiven, redeemed. He was not restored to his old station, for scars remain as testimony. But he was given a new commission. He was sent not to dwell again among the shining host, but to walk unseen among men, to whisper hope to those on the edge of despair, to guard the trembling, to warn the wavering, to remind the fallen of earth that if mercy could reach him in the depths of the abyss, then surely mercy could reach them. From that day forth, legends spread. Some spoke of a mysterious presence felt in moments of near ruin, a whisper that pulled them back from sin, a light that stirred in the darkest hour. Farmers in fields, warriors in battle, widows in grief, all told stories of hearing a voice, unseen, urging them to endure, to hope, to rise again. None knew his name, but all felt the mystery. And in hidden places, angels of heaven beheld him with awe. For among all the mysteries of eternity, this stood greatest. One who fell with the rebels had been raised by mercy, a living testimony that no pit is too deep for the hand of the Eternal.